Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're going to take a look at Pastel Donald and Daisy. Now, Pastel Donald and Daisy is a pair Tsum, so there is going to be two different skill sets. And if you do want to get Pastel Donald and Daisy, you have until June 5th, end of day, to try to get one of the three. And also, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get Pastel Donald and Daisy. Their drop rates are significantly lower. So that's by design. Just because it's a pair Tsum and a lot of people want them, so they're a little bit more rare. But let's get into it and take a look at Pastel Donald and Daisy. So the first of all, it says here in the description that Pastel Donald and Daisy pair Tsums are here. With the skill bonus chance only available during the first lucky time, get them with skill level 3. So what this means is that if you are able to pull Pastel Donald and Daisy on this first lucky time that's going on right now, you're going to be able to jump straight to skill level 3. Essentially, it's kind of like a buy one, get one free kind of thing, because if you get the first one, you usually get them at skill level 1, and right now it goes straight to skill level 3, which is about 3 Tsum, so you do save a lot of coins that way. So, but it's extremely rare. It's really hard to get Pastel Donald and Daisy during the first lucky time. It took me a while to get him as well. I almost got the other ones maxed out before I got one copy of Pastel Donald and Daisy. So let me know how it goes for you. Maybe you're more lucky than I am. So we'll see. And also, all of these Tsums have a new backcloth Tsum and lucky time. The in-game background will change. So backcloth is, some of you might be confused about what that is. Essentially, it's the layout of the background that the gameplay has. That will change. So some of the advantages using Pastel Donald and Pastel Daisy together is that Pastel Donald actually has two different abilities in one. It's always going to start with the one where there's a hand that comes out, grabs a bunch of Tsums, and then magic bubbles will be created. So that's always the first skill that will come up when you're using Donald. Now the second ability that will come up is Goofy. It's very clearly that's Goofy. I'm not too sure for the first one if it's Mickey's hands or Donald's hands or maybe even Daisy's hands. But the second one is Goofy. A bunch of Tsums will get cleared randomly, and this will be good for combo missions because a bunch of Tsums will be cleared and they count as one, and then a bone gets thrown across the screen and a horizontal line gets cleared. So that will be the second ability for Donald, and it's always in that sequence as well, so they alternate. It will start off with the Mickey's hands, and then secondly it will be Goofy, so that's how they rotate. Alright, so let's take a step back here and take a look at Pastel Daisy's ability description. Her ability description is changes Donald and Daisy Tsums to high scoring ones. It's honestly not that exciting. It's just a bunch of Tsums on the screen gets changed to Donald and Daisy and you can connect them. But what you want to do here is that you want to use Donald's skill after Daisy's to clear a vertical line. This will maximize your ability to earn a lot of coins as well as a higher score. So keep that in mind when you are using their abilities. And then some things about the pair Tsums is that you want to combine their abilities to get high score, but that's nothing new. The way you want to use these abilities if you are new to pair Tsums, if you look at the bottom left hand corner, you'll see that the charge-up bar is split into two. So if you tap on the left side, it'll be Donald's ability, and you tap on the right side, it'll be Daisy's ability. So if you have any other pair Tsums, that's how you'll be activating their ability. But let's take a look at their stats first, because this is really important to understand how to use Pastel Donald and Daisy. So the first thing is a very important one. In order for you to activate Donald's ability, it will only require you to clear 16 copies of Donald off the screen. And Donald is the blue guy. Secondly, Daisy's ability will need a total of 32 Daisies cleared off the screen to activate the ability. So the key takeaway here is that it's going to be a lot easier to activate Donald's ability versus Daisy's. It costs twice as much clears to activate Daisy's ability compared to Donald, but keep that in mind for right now. I will explain a little bit more on the strategy when we get to it. Their minimum score here is going to be 500 with a maximum score of 2,166. So Pastel Donald and Daisy is going to be amazing for a high score, especially for their ability that makes high score. So if you are looking for a Tsum to max out to get a high score, this may be a good option for you. In order for you to maximize Pastel Donald and Daisy to skill level 6, you are going to need a total of 36 copies of him. So it is pretty average, I think, for a premium Tsum to cost this much, 36 Tsums. So not too outrageous here. And as you level up Pastel Donald and Daisy, Each time you level them up, the skill range is going to get a lot bigger. So if you are lucky enough to get Donald and Daisy in this first lucky time, you'll automatically start at skill level 3. But every time you level them up, it'll go from large, and extra large. So their abilities do get bigger. Their burst radius does get bigger as well. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about strategy. Remember earlier I mentioned that it only cost Donald 16 clears to activate his ability and Daisy 32. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to activate Donald's ability first. And the reason for that is because it's going to cost him half as much to activate versus Daisy. So more likely than not, before you fully charge Daisy, you would have been able to activate one of Donald's ability before your Daisy's is fully charged. So what you want to do is start off the game, activate Donald's ability first, and then hold off on activating Donald's ability on the second time around. The second time around, what you want to do is you want to make sure Daisy is fully charged, activate Daisy's ability, and then Donald's. That way you're able to use their Parasum ability to make that vertical clear and get a lot of scores. The second strategy that I have for you is spam Donald's ability if you are trying to only activate his ability. And what I mean by that is, like I mentioned before, you want to activate Donald's ability first. So as you see Donald's ability starts to get fully charged, you want to start spamming his ability so that way any residual Donalds that you clear will go into the second charge up, making it easier for you to activate Donald's ability the second time around. And usually the strategy I recommend, the trends that I'm seeing, is you want to alternate the two skill sets by using Donald's ability first, then comboing Daisy and Donald's together. So what you should do is essentially start off with Donald's ability and then pair it with Donald and Daisy, and then back to activating Donald's only, and then spam again, of course, charging Donald's ability quicker, and then back to the Donald and Daisy's ability together, and so forth. So you want to just keep that going. But another thing you want to do is you want to just keep an eye out on the bottom left-hand corner and see how far you are with the charge up. If you see that your Daisy is already pretty full and you're only on the first one for Donald, then wait for that. Just give it a couple of seconds because it will maximize your coordinating potential and also your score as well. What you do want to avoid is you want to avoid using Daisy's ability alone. It doesn't earn you more coins, it does get you a decent amount of score, but if you combo it with Donald's ability, it will significantly improve that. And also if you use my second strategy, which is to alternate the two of them, timing wise, they kind of work out that you should have the second ability charged up by the time you have Daisy fully charged. So give that a try. It's not going to be a perfect strategy where you can alternate them perfectly. There are situations where you need to wait a little bit and make that judgment call. For example, if you take a look at the bottom left-hand corner, and if Daisy is less than half charged and you already have Donald's ability fully charged, then go ahead and activate that. But if your Daisy is almost full and your Donald isn't necessarily that full yet, then give it a couple minutes and charge up your Donald so that way you can activate them together. Give that a try and let me know how it goes for you. So that's pretty much it for Pastel, Donald, and Daisy. I really appreciate you guys for the continued support, and if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel to see more Tsum Tsum content. And as always, thank you so much for watching.